Hey, it works. We're there. And on the computer, it's an old HP lap, or not an HP, an old Acer laptop. So the fact it's so minimal on specs, as long as it's just clean, clean, and basic, it works just fine. So it'll do what I want now. Woohoo! More live hangouts. All right, I don't want to step on Rosie here. I'm in here. I just wanted to test it and see if it works. Okay. Yeah, it's doing some Windows updates here. Oops, didn't have the volume on, didn't realize I had the feedback. I get. Oops, didn't have the volume on, didn't realize I had the feedback. Oops, didn't have the volume, didn't realize I had the feedback. Okay, maybe I'm getting it from the other computer here. Okay. Okay. Let me get off of here, Jeff. Okay. Let me get a side chat up here. There we go. Okay, try that one.
Hang on just a minute.
Okay.
All right, I got you on with the Google Meet, with the Hangout link. Hi, Maxine.
Hey. Yeah, the computer started doing Windows updates, so I figured, okay, I know it works. Let me let it do the Windows updates now. I'll get off it.
Oh, I got you. Oh, I got to mute myself over here.
The computer started doing Windows updates, so.
There we go.
Yeah.
Jeff, put the whiskey down. Dude, I got no whiskey. I did that last night, and it wasn't whiskey. It was beer. 12 of them.
Oh.
2 cups of coffee.
I know the laptop, though, it works on it. I'm impressed.
There you go.
The thing was dragging so much earlier, I couldn't do a side chat and video at the same time. And so I figured I'd delete some of the like factory games out of it. And when I did that, the thing wouldn't even start up. So then I tried to do the fix on it, the startup repair, and that wasn't working. So it's like, okay, crap. Looks like I'll go to Windows 7. I hated XP anyhow. And so I went in, deleted the partition, so I got a clean install. And yeah, it's zipping right along. It's just got to do all the updates now to When it gets done updating, it should be good.
There's a big difference between 7 XP and 7. Definitely a big difference.
Well, this was on Vista, which is like the abortion operating system.
Yeah, that's practically Windows 2000.
Well, the thing is, you don't have permission to do anything, and you're the administrator. It's like, what the fuck is this shit? So,
I think I run my machine on administrator.
yeah. Oh, I'm always the administrator on mine. Now, the desktop here is on 7. So, which, let me slide that over so we don't get blinded by blue light here. So, yeah, I stuck with XP until Christmas of last year. Then I finally went to 7. So,
I run AutoCAD 2000, and I have to run a virtual machine inside of 7 to get it to work. It's like running a fake XP machine inside of Windows 7. It's kind of tricky.
yep, I can see that. Because, yeah, so many of these machines back here, these all here are still Windows 2000 Advanced Server. So, tells you how old they are. But I used to host all my own websites. I had a block of 5 static IPs and the whole bit. So, and then when Google came out with the web space for $4.99 a month, it's like, all right, it doesn't pay to even maintain the equipment or pay the utility bill when I can get the space from GoDaddy there for $4.99.
What, for your storage space?
No, for web space. I used to host my own websites, and I was on an entry level to a T1. I was on 384, and I had a dual WAN gigabyte VPN that put 2 of them together to give me 768. And this machine that's on the corner way over here, which you can't see in the camera, but that's my old server machine that, God, back in the day was a screaming machine. And nowadays, I can't upgrade it to 7 even. XP is all the further it will go.
You're talking beyond me.
Well, it's a 3.06 gig dual-core Pentium 4 on a socket 478. So if you remember anything about a 478 socket, but yeah, so it's dark ages at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm running a 2.49 gig chip. I know that. Dual core. 32-bit dual core.
Okay, well, this one I've got back here that I'm on now, it's, I think it's a 2.93, but it's a 64-bit, and that makes a world of difference.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, because what I was running into with 32-bit, you didn't have enough horsepower to run McAfee with it because that has gotten so obscenely huge.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't run any. People say, don't tell people that. I don't run any security software on my machine. So,
Well, I run the McAfee, plus by the time you get to my computer here, I'm behind 3 firewalls, which presents issues when I got to connect to like the work site because it doesn't see me. So yeah, because coming in the house, we have 1 router, and then we've got a 2nd router down here we're running through, and then finally into the computer. So I run 2 different networks here in the house. So
I haven't finished cleaning my house yet, Robert.
well, as you can see, I haven't done anything here either today. I've been out in the kitchen. So,
Some of the things, you know, some of the rooms in my house, you just practically got to push the whole room out if you're ever going to. And then where does it go? It gets pushed into another room. So,
Well, it's like with this mess here, you know, this is my man cave. And the problem is it may be a mess, but I know where everything is.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. I'm going to shut this puppy down here for tonight.
Well, it all seems to be working good. Got you tested out. You got your link sent.
That's what I wanted to see if it would support a Hangout so I could pick it up and carry it with me.
Dude, that'd be cool, man. If you could do Hangouts like on the go. Wow.
Oh, and I didn't realize I was I was on the wireless. My cord fell out. So that's even better. I don't even need the cord to make it work. Whereas I didn't have a prayer before without the cord.
I'm on the cord. I'm minus a router right now. I need to pick one up.
Yeah. I've got so much equipment here. Let's see. Yeah, I've probably got 6 of those units there if you're familiar with those.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
That's some network there, huh?
Yep. So that's when you're needing to plug in a bunch of stuff, and I got a whole stack of them underneath there.
Looks like what I used to work on when I was at a chemical plant. They had the network, so
Yeah.
they ran network cable everywhere, all through buildings, and crazy. It was nuts.
Well, that's when all these cables hanging up here in the ceiling that everybody picks on me about. It's all Cat 5 that runs from the other end of the house down here. And then I've got the red one coming down runs over to the wife's side. Well, you can't see it from here.
I got a few network cables running through my house from way back.
Yeah. Yeah, because on these cables up here, the red one here runs over to the wife's. This is the one I'm on. The white one here is an upfeed that goes over to, actually goes over to a monitor across the room because we have our security system and all online. And what that did, when the wife was working here out of the house, basically it's a VGA to Cat 5 and then back to a VGA converter. And so when she was at the desk, she could see what was going on outside. So, you know, with her home alone, I wanted to make sure she knew what was happening. So that way she could see it all. She's got a gun right in the archway here. So on the way out of the room to the door, she could grab it if she needed it. So.
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hopefully never need it. Hopefully I never need my gun for that.
Yeah, but we got guns stashed all over the house, so no matter where you're at, one is always handy. And same thing with fire extinguishers. One is always handy. You know, just in case.
Yeah.
I like to be prepared.
I'm an eyeball right now. Well, one fire extinguisher in the kitchen, and so I got an old one that I got. It's probably, you know, it's out of date, but it's sitting on my front porch. But I know where it is. Darn it! I need to put it in the kitchen.
Because I got one right here. I've got one just right around behind the monitor over here, and then we've got them in the hallway. We got them under the kitchen sink, and yeah. No, you're saying the one in the kitchen, you wound up having to use it.
Yeah.
Now, the best thing I ever did with my other kids when they were, oh gosh, they were probably like 11 and 12, but we let them take a bunch of their friends camping with us. And we had this 32-foot Terry here. And so we took all these kids with us. And we went out to 11 Mile and went camping for the weekend. And on the way, I bought a whole case of fire extinguishers. And what we did, we used the fire ring right across the way from us because nobody was there. And we'd build this fire and get it blazing away. And then I'd hand one to each kid and have them put the fire out. And then I'd soak it with lighter fluid and get it burning again. And so that was a lot of fun with them, and it was hands-on, and it was really competitive on who could get the thing completely out. And that was the smartest move I ever did, because then one night, God, a couple years later, I'm in bed asleep, and my son is working on a volcano project for school. And he's spraying urethane foam. And he had the kitchen floor all papered over, and he's spraying foam around some big metal coffee cans. And all of a sudden, I hear boom! And I come flying out of bed, and I open the bedroom door to see my son there with a fire extinguisher because the flames were about 6 feet high. And he's there putting it out, and he's like, "Good, it's okay, Dad, I got it." And because, he knew it was under the sink. And I always told him, don't ever question if you need it. Use it. I can replace it.
Yeah.
And he was so quick that he didn't even damage the vinyl flooring. I mean, all I had to do was wipe baking soda off of everything.
Well, nothing really ever soaks in until you've done it once. So that's a really good deal there.
And then my daughter here, right after we moved in this house, I'm sitting on the couch watching TV one night. She's out in the kitchen frying chicken. Next thing you know, I see this flash of orange on the wall, and I hear the fire extinguisher go off. Well, the oil had splattered all over the stovetop, and as soon as it lit, she grabbed the fire extinguisher and put it out. Needless to
That's
say,
what happened to my kitchen fire, grease fire.
Yeah, needless to say, the chicken wasn't edible, but
yeah, my mom just lost her house to a kitchen grease fire.
Oh.
They didn't lose the. I mean, they got insurance and fixed it, but she's old, so that was that was their last days in the house.
Yeah. Well, that's why I keep a fire extinguisher right under the kitchen sink, and it's just hanging in the bracket. It's not even strapped, so that way you can grab fast. Because split seconds make a difference with a fire.
Oh yeah.
And as soon as Morgan gets a little older, I'll do the same thing with her. I've got a fire ring in the backyard, one of those regular ones the Forest Department of Forestry uses. And so I can actually do a campfire right in the backyard. And, I'll send her out there with a fire extinguisher. And if I get a couple of her friends over and make it competitive, then they really get it.
Yeah. We do. We don't have a fire pit, but we've got a couple. I got a couple barbecue grills here, and we use those for a fire pit. We're not even barbecuing. We just go around the yard, pick up all the sticks, and throw them in the fire. Clean up the yard, and maybe then it gets dark, and then we'll throw a couple pieces of firewood, split logs in there, and sit around at nighttime and we might cook, some hot dogs on sticks or some marshmallows or something, but it's basically a campfire in the front yard. A way of getting around that. You can't have campfires. So,
well, no, I bought one of those fire rings when we used to do a lot of traveling and a lot of camping.
I don't know what a fire ring is.
Big steel ring, probably about 32 inches in diameter with sides that are about a foot high. And then it's got the flip over grill that's attached to it. If you've ever been to a campsite, it's the same ring that they have in all of the parks.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And we carried it with us because then if we got a campsite that didn't have a ring, we had our own ring, and they never cared if we used our own ring, long as, it was contained. So, as long as we cleaned up afterwards.
One of my barbecue grills looks like two buckets, one on top of the other. One, a bucket on the bottom, and then a bucket turned upside down on the top of it. And then it's got some little legs and stuff. And we go camping at the lake. I always throw it in the back of the truck. Yep. And we use it for, cooking hamburgers or whatever. Then we use their fire ring for our, our bonfire type or a big fire.
Yeah.
My daughter just got something like a fire ring, I guess you'd call it, for her birthday yesterday, day before yesterday, 11th, a couple days ago. It's kind of cool. It's, you know, just a couple legs, and it's like a giant walk is what it's like, and just sitting on her back porch and in the city, have a little fire back there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, and then I've always got, you know, I've got a 55-gallon drum or two out back. I can always cut it off. I gave a couple to my neighbor, and he cut them down so he could do little campfires whenever he's got the. Well, his sons are involved in a lot of sports, and they would host the little, like, you know, hangouts or whatever after game or pre-game or whatever. And so, yeah, he'd come over and get wood from me, and I gave him a couple of 55-gallon drums he cut in half and punched some air holes in. So that way he could do campfires for all the kids. Yeah, I think everybody's over at Rosie's. That was my intended idea, was just to see if that laptop was going to work. Because
yeah, I see Sonny's. I'm still running Sonny's. I'm not looking in there right now, but I've got it on another window.
Yeah.
I didn't know Rosie was up. Did she just fire her hangout, or?
Well, she should be 8 o'clock on Saturday.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock our time. I'm not sure where you're at.
I'm central, so it's 9. That's probably 9 o'clock here. It's 9:30.
Okay.
So it should be 8 o'clock. Yeah.
Yep, she's up live.
I might have to go over there and say hello.
Yeah. Well, let me shut this down then, and I'll see you over there.
All right. Good seeing you, Maxine. You take care.
All right. Take it easy, Jeff.
Peace out.